Well, as the festive season fast approaches, motorists are urged to understand what exactly the Road Accident Fund does indeed cover. Victims of road accidents cannot recover all their losses incurred during the accident from the fund. This basically means that not all losses, such as damage to the car, loss of personal belongings like documents, can be recovered from the RAF. Let's discuss this further. We are joined by Mtho Maphumulo, Senior Associate at Adams & Adams Law Firm. Mtho, thank you very much for availing yourself. Perhaps let's speak to a single motor vehicle accident. If somebody is involved in a car accident and you are on your own, what do you need to know, especially about what the Road Accident Fund covers and what needs to have happened to you?
Okay, a very good afternoon to you and to the viewers. So those kinds of accidents, they become problematic because the Act, the RAF Act requires that there be some negligence or wrongdoing that can be pinned on another road user. Sorry. So in the case of a single motor vehicle accident, you are going to have serious issues to try to prove any negligence on anyone. And therefore, you may find yourself without any recourse in terms of the RAF Act. However, there may be some instances where it's a single motor vehicle accident. However, there was some cause, say there was some a straying animal from the farm or something like that, so there was a pothole, then you may have legal recourse in terms of, claiming intellectually from, say, the municipality or the owners of the farm. But in terms of the RAF Act, in that particular instance, you are going to have serious predicaments.
More so if, let's say, somebody does bump into you and they run away and you have no proof or there wasn't a camera around, it would even be more difficult to get some money. Well, it wouldn't be difficult, I guess, from insurance, depending on the terms and conditions, but you can find some help from your insurance company if you are insured.
Yes, but we need to make a distinction. So if in a car accident scenario, you are going to find in most instances two scenarios. So for the damages to the motor vehicle, that is going to be covered by your insurer, your own private insurer. However, for the bodily injuries or death or things like that, you are going to have to lodge your claim with the RAF. But you are obviously going to be able to claim, in that particular example, from your private insurer for the damages to the motor vehicle. But as you correctly point out, it will going to depend on whether on the terms and the conditions. And in most instances where it's a comprehensive cover, you will be most probably be able to claim successfully from your private insurer.
What of multi-vehicle accidents, including taxis? What do you need to know?
Okay, in those instances, then you will have to obviously prove that say you are the passenger in a motor vehicle or the taxi, it's going to be relatively easier because if it's not any other motor vehicle that caused the accident, it's got to be the driver of the motor vehicle in which you are a passenger. And in that case, you will be able to prove liability in terms of the act. But then the second leg of that is to prove the bodily injuries. So the nature of the injuries that you have sustained and the extent of those injuries. And then you will have to involve various experts various medical experts in terms of trying to quantify and come to a realistic figure in terms of the monetary value that you will have to be compensated with.
Very quickly for us, you do a quick search online. It's littered with a number of people, a number of firms who are promising the best service in terms of helping you with the litigation process. And so there have been reports of rogue lawyers, if you will, especially when it comes to the Road Accident Fund. What does somebody need to know, especially in terms of getting representation? And also, is it necessary that you get a lawyer? Can I go it alone?
Yes, yeah. So you can directly lodge your claim with the RAF without the assistance of a legal practitioner. However, they are due to the technicalities of such claims. You may find an instance where the RAF underpays or undercompensates or undersettles rather your claim. Then in that instance, justice would have been compromised in a situation where you could have probably sought legal advice and have been able to claim what you should be compensated with. But as you correctly point out, there are those law firms and legal practitioners also who do not do things right, if I can just put it that way, in the sense that they would overreach in terms of their fees, and they would steal the claimants' monies. But I still believe that just like any legal advice, you need to do your homework in terms of the law firms that you approach for legal advice, and see their track record and see their integrity and those kinds of things. Because at the end of the day, you want to have a legal team that is going to have your best interest and try to ensure that at the end of the day you are compensated exactly for what you should be compensated with. So yeah, it just goes with the amount of the research, the homework on the part of the claimant, so that they approach the law firms that are trustworthy and reliable and credible also. Yeah.
Mtho Maphumulo is a senior associate at Adams & Adams. Thank you very much for availing yourself.